give you guys a garden tour this morning. This is the first time I've done a garden tour this year, so I'm a little behind. But I just thought I would let you see what's growing, what's going well, and what's not going so well. And yeah, so let's go see what's growing. So this is a new area that I planted this year. Last year I put the pigs in here. And then I came behind them and had the chickens in here for the rest of the year. Moved them out. I shaped some berms. You can see that this is on a berm. The next row is on a berm. Well, good morning to you. And that was the idea, was to plant on the berms. And I had actually pretty large ditches here, but I kind of didn't like that, I decided. And so I started filling them in. I actually put some rotted wood in the trenches and then covered them with more wood chips. As I didn't have a whole lot of wood chips, so I couldn't do it all the way through, but I did what I could. Anyway, I decided I didn't like such tall berms and low ditches. I was losing too much water and the chickens were causing too much damage when they escaped. So let's just start at the top. At the top along the fence, I just have some flowers, pretty much perennials. These cat whiskers or cleomes reseed themselves every year. The black-eyed Susan, my daylilies are pretty much done. Zinnias, some pink zinnias over there, they're looking good. The first row here is cayenne, except I did put a couple of early jalapenos here. I've already picked them this morning, but you can see they're still loaded. These cayennes, I'm growing a whole row of them in hopes to make cayenne pepper for my family for the year. Go ahead and pull some weeds while I'm here. Well, good morning, William. Right behind the cayenne is the jalapenos. I've also picked them this morning. These are the Craig's Grande, and I was expecting them to be quite a bit bigger. So I did pick some because I'm going to my parents' house today and I wanted to take them a bunch of jalapenos. But I feel like these Craig's Grande should get a lot bigger than they are. So I tried not to overpick them to see if these that are on the vine would continue to grow larger. The next row is cucumbers. So the cucumbers have really done great this year. This is all cucumbers. They're supposed to be in that one row. We'll go to the front of the row so you can see where they're supposed to be. A little bit of Swiss chard growing up there. I planted that really early in the year. So here's the row where it's supposed to be. You can see it's just really spread out down there, and it's going over there to the tomatoes. And I have grown two types of cucumbers. The dark cucumbers have so far been my favorite for the year. This is not a good example, but I'll show you a good example in a minute. But that's a dar. Then there's another kind that I grew called tender green purpless. It doesn't have the spikes on it, and that's those. But I am not liking those. Their skins get flawed very easily. See, look at that. That's yucky. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick that off and give it to a creature. So I'm getting a lot of this on them. I don't know why, but that is, so I'm not happy with this variety. I am happy with the number of cucumbers that I am getting this year. I don't think I've ever gotten such a good crop. I don't know, maybe I just have a bad memory. Well, I know I have a bad memory, but I don't know. I still think I'm getting a lot of cucumbers. The next row is zucchini. This one is tiny, not doing well. I think I got one zucchini off of it, maybe. I know it was growing one. I don't know if I got to harvest it or if it started going bad and I gave it to the animals. I've got one more blossom over here. I'm out before the pollinators today. I've already pulled up most of the other zucchinis from this row. Here's some carrots that I planted early in the year, starting to go to seed. Here's one more zucchini plant. The vine borers have just gotten to all the rest of them, so I've had to pull them up. This one, oh, there's a squash bug. Wonder if I got him. I really haven't had too big of a problem with squash bugs this year. My nemesis has been the vine borer. See this vine? Look at this. That is not a healthy vine. This plant will not survive much longer, which is unfortunate. I had two other zucchinis here and they produced a bunch and then they died off. Oh look, I missed a cucumber this morning. This is the dar. This one's a little small. Well, actually it's pretty perfect. Isn't that pretty? See another one in here. Oh yeah. I follow another YouTuber called Roots and Refuge. Her name is Jessica. And she says that when the weather gets really hot, it causes cucumbers to become misshapen. So I'm thinking that's what's going on with some of these now. The next row is tomatoes. These are sweeties. They're so small. I really am not understanding why they're not bigger. I've never grown them before. I've never grown a cherry tomato on purpose before, so this may be their normal size, but they're only 2 feet tall, something like that, and I've already had to pull one up. You can see a missing spot right there. The next is amethyst cream, which is a really interesting tomato. Let's see if we can find a ripe one. Yeah, like here's a ripe one. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? They have kind of a purple shoulders on the top, the amethyst coming in there, and then the cream colored tomato. It's not focusing, is it? Look at those dirty nails. Sign of a farmer. Next I have the porters. They're a little bit larger tomato. I haven't harvested any of them yet, but that one looks like it's getting really close. Really nice looking tomatoes. Growing in little clusters of 6 or 7. And then the last 3 that I planted, I cannot remember what they are right now. But I haven't harvested any off of them either. But I've got some getting close. Down here on this end of the garden, I've got some more carrots going to seed. This is not echinacea, elderberry. And there's some comfrey in there. Borage plant's doing great. Such pretty flowers. Pollinators love it. This squash, spaghetti squash, is actually from over there. It's growing from there, and you can see it is just taken off. This is all one plant. All one plant. Tons of melons in there. I've harvested 2. You can see there's 2 over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one there. They're just everywhere. I need to pick them. This next row is banana peppers. Yes, a whole row of banana peppers. I know, what were we thinking? Banana pepper plants are usually so prolific for us. But Conrad loves them. We eat a lot of them. You can add them to pickling jars with other cucumbers or peppers. So I'm just going to harvest this row. And and add them to my basket. Good morning. I haven't put out a video in a really long time, and as I was editing this video I realized how long it was. So I'm going to break it into 2 videos. So you've just watched the first half, and the rest of the garden tour will be on a separate video. So I hope you'll go to the next video and watch the rest of the garden tour.